It's like a Super Bowl escort, and they use satellite encryption for communication. But these high-tech gadgets, even the Russian aircraft are using them. At first, the two golden chariots followed headquarters GPS, smoothly gliding through the city with cameras at every intersection. They could turn red lights to green in a flash. They thought they'd arrive smoothly, but underestimated the Indonesian biker gang. Not long after, a few motorbikes appeared like something out of a movie. Suddenly, computers blacked out. James wondered, what magic? The car behind shouted, watch out. Motorbikes. The driver swerved, like gaming. But the rear car was already decorated with explosives. Headquarters restored the feed. They didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Through slow-motion replay, viewers could clearly capture this scene. One bomb instantly transformed 3 individuals from the rear vehicle team into dirty, zesty oranges. One more was wounded like a heavy banana. James cleverly instructed his teammates to reverse while dramatically directing fire at the enemy. But just as the enemy delivered yet another bomb, making them park on command. With this situation, they were out of options to charge in, so they had to brainstorm a way out. James and his teammates were like sharpshooters fighting off the enemy, creating opportunities for Ellis to check on the injured. Meanwhile, HQ started looking for new vehicles, as James was shooting like to cover his buddy searching for new wheels. James ninja-aired his way to the side, while Ellis was in a showdown, and in the midst of bandaging his buddy, he got blown away. Suddenly, James heroically shot to save him, successfully making an escape. See what a dramatic scene. But they forgot about the parking fee as they exited the car, and just at this moment, watching their teammate drive up slowly was indeed a unique luxury car gathering. James ordered everyone to scramble into the car. Checking the injuries, he realized they were not too bad, so he handed him 2 hand grenades. The next moment, James led Lee and the team to solo breeze out, while others awaited the enemy's bump. At this moment, James was in front, driving like he was in a car treasure race. He drove the car forward, continuing to zoom along at breakneck speed as if he were actually participating in the fast lane summit. They'd lost 4 teammates in this battle. If another attack hit, the team would be finished. So James changed the route through the car's communication system. They planned to head for the safe house to switch gear and hopefully wait for reinforcements. Upon arrival, James found the mischief maker and he handed out the only gear available to everyone. Meanwhile, James returned to that store and found the big bearded guy who had previously attempted to kidnap him. What a blunder. He strode up to the guy, who looked utterly dejected, and dropped a hand over the gifts, or else line, to which James fired back without hesitation. Backing down now won't lead to self-destruction. Both were shooting maestros in their respective countries, and this meetup was just mutual dark planning. James knew that regardless of the casualties, the other side would still take the gifts. Upon returning, he ordered an immediate retreat, but in that moment, he spotted grenades on the table. 2 consecutive party explosions blew his teammates all over the place, turning them into lifelike party props. See, it was truly an astonishing and thrilling spectacle. James, barely able to move, hadn't even gotten up when 2 warrior ladies approached him. In that critical moment, a Dota battle began. The 2 were engaged in a fierce battle, while Ellie swiftly led the group, shouting, "Run away." James, meanwhile, stepped hard on the accelerator, ramming through everything in his path, leaving him with virtually no strength left to continue fighting. Right now, they'd only covered half of the 22-mile journey, and the rest was still a mountain to climb. After being forced to stop, the enemy's biker gang immediately switched to attack mode. James instructed Ellis to lead the team into the residential. He pulled the injured dog from the battlefield and tossed him into the trunk. Facing a dire end, Doug's sole hope was to take out more enemies. Charging straight in was a definite recipe for disaster, and James and his buddies had to find an escape route. Doug served as their crucial last line of defense, yet this defense was soon ruthlessly shot through by the enemy, causing him to completely lose even his basic mobility. Ultimately, the big guy took him out with a gunshot. James knew time was running out, so the 3 rushed into the residence building. The big guy's dozens of henchmen were hot on their tails, and they quickly got surrounded due to not knowing the area. They quickly encountered a blockade, and in the middle of the firefight, they all took severe hits. At this very moment, they were all in an extremely poor state, nearly getting smashed to pieces like watermelons by their opponents. Ellis was pushed into a corner, while James guided Lee to fight back desperately. The enemies knew where Ellis was hiding and quickly surrounded the house. To get out of this mess, he quickly found some duct tape, preparing to create a jackhammer explosion with the... At that moment, James had made it to the elevator, but to save Ellis, he decisively unlocked Lee's handcuffs. So you never know what an extra set of hands might bring. In such moments, having one more ally meant one more shot at survival. James could only adopt a let's gamble mentality while cutting the power with HQ. The 2 began the bold breakout, while Ellis stuck 2 grenades on the door and frantically found a little girl to hide within the corner. 2 successful bombing parties allowed Ellis to temporarily break free. However, upon entering the hallway, he realized his weapon soon ran dry. There was no choice but to hide in another room, and as soon as he heard the elevator, the enemy swiftly approached. Suddenly charging from the side, like a mysterious assassin, they made a precise hit. With weapons in hand, they were no match for Lee, let alone brawling. Utilizing his exceptional mixed martial arts skills, Lee swiftly made the opponent lose their bearings, resulting in all of them being knocked down in just a few rounds. Just then, Ali's trapped was cornered by an incoming beefy guy. He smashed the window and used the trick to distract his attention. Despite Ella's desperate comeback, the power disparity left him with little chance. Then, James and Lee joined forces. As top agents from their respective countries, they didn't need any tactical coordination. They could easily handle the opponents with a simple pull of a trigger, see just enough bullet. Their swarm tactics were simply no match, and they swiftly eliminated all the enemies outside. Lee's striking power had improved significantly. As they turned the corner, they spotted a girl, initially puzzled, only to be told by her that she knew where Elise was. At that moment, Elise was already being choked. If not for a precise headshot, I'd have been saying goodbye to this battle today.